The emus are right here. Oh my gosh, it's there. Good morning everybody and welcome to today's vlog. We have got a super exciting episode for you where we are going to a conservation area on the Sunshine Coast to look for wild emus. We've been and looked at this place online, we've never been before, and we've seen that people do see wild emus in there. Now how often that is, I don't know, but we've set ourselves a challenge to go and do that because how fun is that? And if we don't find them there, don't you worry, we'll be looking for another space. So come with us while we go to a cafe which is called Beanhead, where we're going to meet some friends just for a quick hour catch up before we start the day. Let's go!
Let's go!
And I just wanted to say, for anybody that hasn't pressed that subscribe button, please make sure you do, because we have lots of adventures on this channel and you don't want to miss a single one of them. Now, there's no way we're going to find emus if we're not on a full belly.
I agree.
So food is needed, and this is one of my favourite places to go. Up on this side of the Sunshine Coast. Such a good cafe.
It is good.
It's cracking, get a good coffee.
And you're always greeted with a smile.
Here they are. Hello! Food has arrived. We've got a breakfast wrap. Loved it. These are my favourite breakfast wraps on the coast. So good. Get yourself down to Beanhead if you're on the Sunshine Coast. Damn good they are.
No, save some for me. No, it's really bad. Really bad. And we've just wrapped up with Elaine and Jared.
What's happening?
And the heavens have opened. Cody's running off, but I love it. I need a cool down. But now we're going to move on to our next location. We're not too sure where we're going to join you. We've got a few bits to do off camera. And we'll see you in a minute.
And so, a quick change, and we are now en route to find some wild emu. So online, it says you can find wild emus on the Sunshine Coast, with the most famous Fluffy being a wild raised friendly emu often spotted in the Parklands Conservation Park, and there's also a camping grounds nearby. I think it's called Hidden Valley. So we've got quite a bit to check out. Hopefully we can see some people that might be aware and know where it might be. It's not early morning, as you know, we've been and met some friends, so it is like past midday, so hopefully time isn't going to be an issue and we see some wild emus. Ooh.
And so we are here. Boots are on our feet and dogs prohibited, but emus roam this park. Let's go and find Fluffy and Norbert if we can.
It's so funny guys, because we've been past this road so many times and didn't even know this turn off was this whole bushland, and it's like seems so popular. So yeah, if you guys knew about it, comment below and let us know. But yeah, still finding these amazing places here on the coast. Spectacular. It looks like there's quite a lot of biking routes on this one.
Probably worried about getting pecked by an emu and get run over by cyclists.
Yeah, not ideal.
And away we go on the track. And on the bush walk we go. Oh, that looks like snake territory, but this is absolutely beautiful. Talk about a happy place. I love doing these walks and bringing you along with us. And what would have felt like a couple of seconds for you guys on the vlog was actually about half an hour for us, as we got chatting at the sign to two lovely guys called Jason and Glenn. So they're probably not watching, we didn't mention the vlog, but if you're out there, thank you very much guys, as they've given us the best track to do to potentially see the emus. And as well, I nipped back to the car and I grabbed these compression bandages and tick spray. So as prepped as we can be, whilst Cody's getting mauled in the background. Are you all right back there?
I'm good, I'm good. So it's not really a creek crossing. I did see that it said we'd be crossing quite a lot of waterways, so...
We've had a bit of rainfall, but nothing we can't tackle with our boots on. Unless I get her going. Splash. Well, it's not an emu, but it's something. Have a look at this guy. I don't know what he is. Let us know in the comments, but it looks like a ladybird, but it's definitely not because it's much bigger, so I guess let us know in the comments. Cool. Oh my goodness, look at this. Oh my goodness. They're everywhere. Oh, they're on my boots. Did you see that? So, before I started filming, there was like hardly any. And then as soon as we started stepping, those vibrations must have disturbed the anthill. Cody, they're there. They're on the track. Look, they're all here. Run! I bet you didn't expect to see a tap dancing lesson in today's vlog. Oh my gosh. Let's get her moving. Cody's struggling in the background, but you never know whether something's going to have a nasty bite. I don't think I've seen that type of ant before, so I wouldn't want to try it. Cody.
What? Greg!
Look at him.
Oh my gosh.
you can see that it's absolutely crawling with them. I can see why this is probably more of a mountain bike track than a walking track right now. Look at this. This is absolutely beautiful for a walk. Stunning stuff. Also, for those wondering, we might be like seeming like we're a bit loud, but the guys said at this time of day, the 2 emus that are in this area usually are on the far side. So when we get closer to that area, we're definitely going to be a little bit quieter to hopefully not scare them off. But we've got a bit of a walk until we get there. I could do with a little bath. What do you reckon?
Bit of a jacuzzi.
Yeah, nature's jacuzzi.
All right, so we've got to a bit of a T-junction intersection kind of thing. Are we that way?
Glad we're not going that way.
Yeah, me too. Whoa.
This way it is.
This way it is. We've just been saying, is there any way you can walk downhill and look normal? You try and pull it off, it just doesn't look right, does it? Oh gosh, so funny. Wow, look at that. So many mushrooms around at the moment. You kind of forget, when there's tropical conditions, you don't expect to see mushrooms. But when it's so humid and damp and wet at the moment, we're getting quite a lot of rain here. It's interesting to see all the different types of mushrooms. I didn't even realise, it sounds crazy, but I didn't realise there'd be so many in just such a small area. Look at this, we've got to our first real kind of creek crossing. Look at this, it's don't think it's too well trodden. Now that looks like a snake trap to me.
You can see where the water levels over the recent rainfall have gathered all these leaves and debris up.
Let's get crossing. Go! Tiptoe through the window. Made it! Oh, still no sign of emus yet, but the track that we're on, we're aiming to get up to some people's houses where I think they like to spend their afternoon. Maybe they have a bit of afternoon tea or something. Someone's enticing them down with something over that way, so let's see if we can find any, eh?
They're here.
That was so creepy.
What? I was meant to be an exploration guy.
That was so creepy.
I was, in my head, I look like a real explorer then.
Yeah. You didn't know anyone else's.
Leech. Leech. So I wanted to ask, I was looking for an app and I don't know whether it even exists. I was just like trying to imagine, does it exist? And the idea for the app was like an animal sighting sticker book collection kind of app, where if you spot an animal, you could kind of go onto the app and then tick off that you've seen it in the wild. I know there's a few for like bird watching, but I was wondering if there is one just in general. It'd be something that I'd love to do. So if anybody does know if an app like this exists where you can kind of sticker book collect animal sightings that you've seen, let me know, as I would love to do it. But from what I've seen, I couldn't see one last night. So if that does exist, let me know. If not, maybe we should try and build an app. I have an idea, guys. Ah, beautiful. Look at this. Absolutely stunning scenery. As of yet, we're none the wiser on any sighting as of yet. But the guys who were lovely enough to help us pick the track we should do today did say that this is the best track to do to see them at this time of day. So we're going to carry on, just enjoy the views, even if we don't manage to see any wild emus. Oh my gosh, didn't even mean for that to rhyme. Basically, I'm Eminem. And Cody missed it. Always my best work on my own. You missed my lyrical genius.
Yeah, can I get a replay?
I have an awful memory. I might have to play the clip back. I can't remember what I said, but it did rhyme. I just played the clip back. What do you reckon?
That was pretty good. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
I feel like the emus might come in now. You might have called them in.
Or run away.
Yeah.
As Cody mentioned before, there is some funky little fungi.
That is a funky guy.
That is a funky guy. Look at that. I'm a funky starter twisted. Looks like a fire starter, doesn't it? Don't be starting any bushfires. Right, so now, as we're walking, we're starting to see on a few of the trees signs that say private property keep out. So my guess is maybe it becomes a bit more residential here. If that is the case, then we might be looking in the area where our little guys might be. Peepers are peeled.
Yeah, there's something over there. It could be like marsupial or something, but it was like big.
Crunch.
Yeah, no, like big crunching though. There's definitely something there. Over there, but I don't know if that's where the next path is. We might have just scared something off. I could have put money on it there was something there then, but yeah, keep going. Keep going for now.
What doesn't help, I think, is... I think this is the paper bark.
Yeah.
I don't know a form of bark, but if like... let you go.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That rock.
It's, I think it's a termite mound.
Termite mound, wow.
How good's that? I think if you crack that open and you're an anteater, oh, you can eat buffet.
Yeah, definitely.
So, there is a bird, and I don't know it, but its call goes...
Kind of like that one.
Well, I think that's it, but it's just doing a different call.
Is that doing it now?
Clever girl. Well, I've just had a check of the maps and we've got a little bit further to go until we actually get to the emu spot. I thought we were close back there. No, we're not. We've got a bit more to do before we get to the spot where they're usually seen, and the heavens have started to open. But we're under a bit of a canopy, so...
It's actually quite cool then, to be fair.
It's quite nice.
I needed that.
And when the scenery looks like this, look at that. Beautiful. It's like something out of Lord of the Rings. Carrying on through. Me and Cody were saying that we haven't actually seen much activity from snakes or lizards or anything, even macropods. We've not seen much in regards to any of that. So maybe it's the time of day. Maybe they're a little bit smarter than us. Definitely. We'll see where we end up. Let's carry on. So we've just checked the map and we're actually coming off track 4, as this route here goes to something that's called like is it the Hidden Plantation Go or something?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah. From what we've heard, that plantation was mentioned online as one of the spots that the 2 emus tend to hang around at. So we'll see where we get to. The guys did mention that they seem to like anything that's like a chain. So I'm going to tuck this in. And he said they like earrings. Now, that might be because they're shiny, so we might have to take anything off that's shiny, as I don't want to encourage nibbling, pecking, or anything of that sort. This track's a lot wider, isn't it? It's a lot more of a...
wider. Yeah, it's a lot more visibility.
But that doesn't mean that snakes aren't around and about, so probably should stick onto the trodden section. Yeah, complete different feel to this part now from the dense forest we've just been in. Beautiful. Talking about not looking cool going downhill. Do you know what would be hilarious as well?
If we've got to come back up this way, yeah, I know.
Oh
I'm
no.
thinking the same thing.
Oh no. I was gonna say, with us filming this way, we can't see the screen. The screen's facing outwards as we record like this. So how funny would it be if when I get to the edit, there's been emus running behind us the whole time?
What's that? In the middle of the field? Is that a room? It's not an emu. What is that? Is that something? No? Maybe not.
I think that's just something stationary. I think it's like a little bucket or something. I'll try and zoom in. Cody means something just there, but I don't know how good my camera is. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's like a hose pipe or something. I don't think it's alive, because there's one there and then there's one at the back as well near the tree line. So yeah, probably just something agricultural. How cool is that? Is that a banana palm or is that like a traveller's palm? I don't know my plants too well, but that is absolutely gorgeous. Kangaroo, we have just missed filming it, but I'm going to keep the camera out. It came bounding over, obviously us treading through. Might have just disturbed it. I don't know why I'm showing you guys. Aussies will be like, yeah, it's kangaroo, whatever. It still fascinates me when you see stuff like that. This section here is where the kangaroos just bounced through from, and then into this section. I'm guessing it's long gone. Hearing our heavy footsteps, I don't think it would have waited around too long. But we've seen something. So, yeah, it's a start. There! I got it just as it hopped off. It was like, I just saw its head peering through the bushes at us. I'll try and show you the clip now.
Ah, he was...
Managed to see the clip.
He had his eye on us.
Very cute. Now for some emus. Again, I don't know why I'm showing you guys. You'll be just like, yeah, whatever, but little kangaroo having a graze.
That guy before said that the emus like to hang around where the horses are. I don't know where they are, but are they in here?
This looks potentially agricultural, so fingers crossed there's something going on. Seeing kangaroos just puts a big smile on my face. They're looking at us now. There's another one. I don't know, it still amazes me. A lot of Aussies see them as vermin or just an annoyance, but it's so cool. Well, this track's not getting any easier to walk through, but we're gonna try our best. Squish, squish, squish. On we go. Well, this path is not getting any easier. I hope you guys are all chilling out at home, enjoying yourselves. We might see Cody go for a swim.
Close, but not yet.
Oh, nearly. We'll push her in if she doesn't, guys. I don't know whether this is the section where they are, but there is a lot of roos in there, so potential that stuff's going on. I think it's best if we go into as quiet as we can mode for this upcoming section, as this definitely feels like where they are. But this scenery, this forest, this bush, I love it. It's cool. From what we've seen online from pictures, flash it up here on Google, this looks like the section in the path through the trees where the emus can be. Obviously, the wild animals, they can be absolutely anywhere, and there might be a higher chance of seeing them in the morning in these sections. But they're free roamings, they could be absolutely anywhere. We're going to try our best to see what we can see. But hey, enjoy ourselves either way. Well, we've been stood here now for a while. Cody's back up at the top. We've decided to split. But it's been about 10 minutes of just waiting to see if we can hear or see anything. But I'm not seeing anything as of now. I think it's probably best if we just continue on the track for now. Keep wandering around, but I love it. The idea that I had no inkling that there were emus on the Sunshine Coast. I know that might sound stupid, but I thought they were like quite regional to specific areas. So the fact that there are 2 wild emus just roaming around, it'd be amazing if we can see them.
The emus are right here. Oh my gosh, it's there. Oh my gosh, we found it. Oh my gosh, there we are. Wow.
We managed it, didn't we? How good. And there it is, Fluffy or Norbit, I don't know which one, but how cool is this? Up close and personal. I hope it's friendly. It does say guard dog on the fence, maybe they mean guard emu, but we'll see. Emu is so close to us right now. That is so cool.
Guys, do you know like when the mission's complete, but... Whoa.
This is so cool.
Look at the size of his feet. This park is huge. We've been hiking for like what feels like an hour and a half, and we've found one. That makes it feel so much more worth it. Look at his feet. Ooh, there's some mucky toes.
I do want to say, I understand that emus aren't usually this domesticated. From what we read, this one is quite domesticated and used to being around people. So I wouldn't advise anybody going this close, but as you can see, I'm not trying to make eye contact with it. I don't want to bother it. I don't want to intimidate it in any way. Not that I'm intimidating, but again as well, they say that you shouldn't try and pat them, so we're keeping our distance and letting either Fluffy or Norbit come over and see us. But oh god, there's another one.
Tits off. This is mad, isn't it? You can't do this in the UK. What an experience, guys.
So cool.
We nearly walked that way.
We nearly went the opposite.
How close we would have been and not known. You can see how much he's used to being around people. He's not bothered at all. Of course we're not gonna touch him. He's beautiful.
I feel like it's
A puppet. Look at his little fuzzy duckling head. Can we just appreciate? Look at that little head. Oh, oh, okay. I said nice things. I said nice
Have you
things.
seen the landing strip down the back of the neck?
I'm gonna say those feet. I won't be joking around with him.
They look like your feet.
So what do you reckon they eat?
Probably 5 foot women. Oh yeah.
Well, it's alright because I'm 5'1". Do these legs look 5 foot? I think I'm hardly 5 foot.
They look like 2 thumbs.
Having a good clean, isn't he?
I don't know why they do it, but I've seen emus in wildlife parks and they do this kind of, not going to mimic it too loud in case it's an act of aggression, but they do this kind of low, deep throat bellow.
Somebody heard.
Run! Have you seen his little permed back? He's got a little permed back tail.
Which salon on the coast have you been to get that kind of hairdo? Yeah, he's just done the sound. Google and find out what it means.
From what I've just read, the deep emu sound refers to the low frequency booming, drumming or grunting noise that the females make during breeding season. So it's a female.
Guys, watch it do this. That's incredible.
So, I think you're right. This might be Fluffy. Norbit sounds a bit more like a male's name, I would say.
Yeah.
So you think you're right when you said this could be Fluffy.
There it goes. It does like this camping ground, doesn't it?
She's got some catwalking model legs on her, hasn't she?
She has. Should we watch her scale the fence? Oh, hop. Hoppity hop. Oh. Oh. She came to say hello.
She did. She said, I watched the channel. And I said, do you subscribe?
And there she goes. But mission accomplished for today. Well done. Wow. So cool.
I wonder if the emus are actually from this area or whether they've been placed here.
Yeah, good question. She's actually coming back.
Only 2 of them. That's a very low number. Like, obviously, that's not a breeding number that can continue a lineage. So have the numbers just dwindled to these 2?
Yeah,
or are these
maybe.
just the 2 that people know about? Or have they been placed here? If anybody knows, let me know. But incredible that we've managed to see a free roaming emu.
So
if it's not wild, it's definitely free roaming, which is incredible. Can you ever domesticate an emu?
I don't think so. And it is living in like the bush, so you know, I don't know.
She's just
having a peck.
scavenging in front of us.
Wow.
Incredible.
Can't believe it.
But living up to the motto of Venture Club, and we are literally venturing into an area that is only 20 minutes away from where we live. And again, still getting brand new experiences.
It's just incredible, isn't it?
Setting a goal, setting an idea in mind and managing to do it. As I said, for anybody who this might be their first video of watching us, we do have like a wildlife tick off mental box that we do each time we see a wild animal. And that is our first time seeing a wild emu up close as well. What an experience.
And for anybody that is new to the channel, might not know this, but back in last May, we actually went up to the Daintree and saw wild cassowary. So if you head back to May on the channel, you'll actually see those videos.
I could even put it in the description, but we weren't brave enough to get out and stand with them as we just did then. As from what we've heard, not the friendliest creature, so we didn't want to antagonise it, but an experience like that, I was so worried that this video wasn't going to have that payoff. Come on.
What a day.
I'm going to be tucked up as happy as Larry tonight in bed. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. There's the payoff. That's good stuff. We've got quite a hike back, but with us capturing the emu, which was the aim, unless we see something of note, we'll point it out. But that has made it all worth it. Come on.
That rain is absolutely amazing.
Feels like the end of Blade Runner.
Oh, it's like the reward for finding the emu.
Oh. I need to find out if I'm a synth or not. I might be.
I don't know what's going on, guys. Go on, Joe. This is a good thing you need to leave. Oh my gosh, you did very well.
Save you some of the journey.
Thank you. My sweet prince, you've not even had any water. Oh my gosh.
Felt more like a troll stealing you rather than the prince.
Oh yeah, don't we know about it?
You don't understand when it's such a risk with a YouTube video as well that we were like filming. We were like, we really want to see an emu.
This is tomorrow's upload, so there were no room for...
So there was no room for error, and I didn't want it to be clickbaity, so I don't know, to just see one as well. We've just been chatting, it's really good. It was really good. I'm so happy we managed to see one. So good.
That is the car park. I'm glad to see it because we skipped lunch today and we are so ready for our dinner.
And darkness is descending with that rain coming in.
So we got back just at the right time, but
We did it!
Whee! We've just been discussing what we're having for our dinner, and I think it's going to be a sausage casserole for tonight with mash and broccoli. Get me to that car and get me to the shops now. That's where we're going to wrap up this video for today, guys. We hope that you have enjoyed it. We have sweated our back out for this one, so please do like this video and make sure you subscribe for more adventures. But thank you to the members, thank you to everybody that has bought one of our caps and one of our t-shirts. You guys are absolutely wonderful, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.
Adios.